You know, at the heart of the best stories, there's always one single gut-wrenching choice. And for The Last of Us, it's a choice that has torn people apart for years.
Okay, let's just put it right out there. Would you save someone you love, or would you save the entire world? It's a question we've all probably thought about, right? But what if it wasn't just a hypothetical? What if the fate of everyone was on your shoulders, and the price was the one person you couldn't possibly live without?
Well, that's the story of Joel Miller, and that single choice is what made him one of the most controversial characters in gaming, maybe ever. See, he wasn't some kind of superhero, not a chosen one, just a man pushed way, way past his limit. And the decision he made? Oh man, people are still fighting about it.
So to really get why he did what he did, you gotta understand the man himself. We need to go back, right back to the beginning of his end.
The world of The Last of Us, it's just broken. A fungal pandemic didn't just create monsters, you know? It kind of revealed them. A lot of the time, the other human survivors, they were the real threat. And in this awful, unforgiving world, Joel, well, he had already suffered the worst loss imaginable.
Right at the very beginning of the outbreak, his daughter, Sarah, was killed. And that one moment, that trauma, it just hollowed him out, completely.
She was his reason to live. And after she was gone, he just became a shell of a man. You know, a hard, cynical survivor. He didn't trust anyone. Didn't care about anything except making it to the next day. This was a guy with absolutely nothing left to lose.
All right, so fast forward 20 years, and then someone new comes into his life. And this person, well, she wasn't just going to challenge his whole worldview. She was literally humanity's last hope.
At first, though, it was just a job, a mission. He had to smuggle this teenager, Ellie, across the country. And to Joel, she was just cargo. Kind of an annoyance, really. Just another risk in a life that was already full of them. He was completely shut down emotionally, and trust me, he planned on staying that way.
But, you know how these stories go. Over their crazy, dangerous journey, that tough exterior, it started to crack. Ellie she got through to him. He started to care about her, started to protect her. He started to love her, like a daughter, like the daughter he'd lost.
And here's the kicker. This is the whole reason she's so important. Ellie wasn't just some kid. She was immune to the infection that destroyed the world. That made her, literally, the key. The one and only shot humanity had at getting a cure and maybe, just maybe, fixing everything.
So they finally make it. They get to their destination, this hospital run by a group called the Fireflies, the ones trying to find a cure. And that's when they find out what the mission was really about, and to put Joel face to face with a choice, a truly impossible choice. The good news? The Fireflies, they confirmed it. A vaccine was actually possible. Humanity could be saved. But there was a catch. There was a cost, an unthinkable one.
It was as simple and as horrifying as this. To create the cure, Ellie had to die. The procedure they needed to do would kill her. It was her life for the world's. And here's what's really awful. They were going to do it without even asking her. It wasn't her choice to make.
Now for the doctors, right? This was just math. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. But for Joel, oh no. This was never about math. This was personal.
Faced with losing a daughter all over again, Joel just snapped. He went right back to the only thing he really knew. Brutal, whatever it takes, survival. He didn't weigh the options. He didn't debate the morality. He chose her. In a heartbeat.
And I mean, he went on a rampage. Just a brutal, bloody path right through that hospital. Soldiers just following orders? Didn't matter. Doctors trying to save the world? He killed the main surgeon, the one guy who could actually make the cure. He took out anyone who stood between him and Ellie.
So he got her. He carried an unconscious Ellie out of there, leaving humanity's only hope for a cure behind him. He saved his daughter, but in doing so, he may have just damned the entire world.
And yeah, this is it. This is the big question that people have been arguing about ever since. What does that make Joel? Is he a hero? A monster? Was what he did an act of incredible love? Or was it just incredibly selfish? I mean, look at it. You can see the exact same action in two totally different ways. Was he a hero? A father who just refused to lose another daughter, especially to a world that had already taken everything from him? Or was he a monster? A man who doomed millions just to save one person, selfishly destroying humanity's last real hope? Maybe
Maybe the real point is that in a world that is so completely broken, those old labels like hero and villain, they just don't fit anymore. They don't mean anything. When it's all about survival, you're stripped down to your absolute core.
In the end, maybe that's all that's left. Not good guys and bad guys. Just choices. Hard, ugly, impossible choices with consequences that ripple out forever.
And so, that brings us back to the beginning. What would you do? Seriously, after everything, knowing what Joel went through, picture yourself in that hospital hallway. Do you save the person you love more than anything in the world, or do you save everyone else?